Hello, everybody. This is day three of my stream of consciousness. Uh, Today has been a very thoughtful day. Um, Not really the same repeated patterns of thoughts today. I actually thought of something new differently. I'm not going to explain it on this video. I think I explained it enough somewhere else. Let's get right into it, man. Right into the stream of consciousness. First word today, above, higher than. I mean, what's above? The ceiling is above me, clouds above me, planes above me, birds above me. Uh, those are the physical things that are literally above, but what else can be above? You know, on a spiritual level, I don't want to talk about emotions, but on a spiritual level, spirituality, some people are just on a higher plane than others. Their consciousness on a higher level. They're just above. Not even you. Some people can be. They're living with the essentials, but some people could be living with less material than somebody else. But their consciousness is at an above level, and their spirituality is at an above level than others. Um, I don't understand how. I guess they have more purity than others. Some have more impurities, some have more purities. Or you could call it flaws. Some have more flaws than others. They're just there. And for me, I'm not too sure where I fall at. Because if I stayed above, like literally in this level that I'm at right now, the question is, would I be soul? Would I be just above spiritually with everybody else now? That's the question. That's like, if he stayed up, would he be calm now? And I honestly feel no. And this other reason is I couldn't even imagine staying up like this. That's another reason. But now I get tempted to just want to stay up, just to experiment. Like, would I feel the same? Would I feel down like this for the rest of my life if I stayed up? But I can't keep thinking like in that path because it's not happening. I have to go with what's the reality? And it's the reality I'm heading to. I'm heading downward. That's the reality. So now I'm adapting to it. I'm adapting to my reality. I'm going down. The giant is falling down. Or you could say the once in line of king is abdicating. Going down. So that's the reality, and how 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 I deal with it is just how I go about it. But that's the question everybody wonders. Also, like, would he be feeling better? I mean, obviously, you would feel a little better. You feel more safe. You know, you just not even safe. You just feel more. You feel more good because you're you're staying you're staying up, or you're staying at least with essentials without having to worry too much about essentials. It's not like somebody's getting close to your heels, behind your feet, stepping on your toes. I mean, stepping behind your shoes, getting closer and closer to your ankles. Somebody that's far from you, so you don't have to worry about every time you lagging with the financial situation. Somebody about to be on your back in your shoes, and make you step it up again. But so this is the reality, and then it's not changing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing my best to not interfere with anybody, but I let out my rage in other forms. You know how people say you got another form of payment? Like, I let out my rage in another form, the form of expression. This is what it is. Like, I'm not trying to come off as some criminal. I just be saying that because it's like I'm trying to rationalize what this is. Like coming off as some man about to go out and just terrorize. Sometimes I feel like doing that at a lot of times in the moment, but I don't want to come off as that. I don't want to. I'm just mad. Like, I'm just a mad man. But yeah, that's the word for above. The other word is above, but as an adverb, just for the sake of using it. Uh, People, no, no, no. Some people are living above others, literally and spiritually. That's the conclusion. Next word, abrade. I use this word in the first day of the stream of consciousness. The damage is diminished by continued friction. I'm gonna just use the word with some examples. One of my advice is to abrade myself with a lot of friction until I start oozing. I had to restrain myself from doing it almost a lot. That's one of my vices. They thought they had me in the rope till I braided with my nails. Must have some strong nails, some sharp nails. I braided the rope with my nails. The cogwheels in my brain started braiding each other without lubrication, but from the power and the ability of thinking. Abreast, having information, especially as a result of study or experience. In other words, familiar. They say they want to get something off their chest. I said first, try to be abreast about it. And when they get something off their chest, I said try to be abreast about it. Before you want to get it off your chest, try having information first. That was kind of clever right there. You give it out there right there. That's all I got. That's all I got to serve on the platter. I gotta come back in the kitchen and cook up something. But gotta be abreast with it. Like, try to be familiar with the information that you're studying or that you're trying to get to learn and know before you get it off your chest. I'm trying to think of more associations with it, but so I can come up in the head. Life's a tough titty. A bridge, to make less in extent or duration. To make less in extent or duration, shorten. A bridge. They wanted to abbreviate my life. But instead of being seized, I just abridged the connection without a relationship. And that is called work. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. It's called work. That's how you abridge the relationship without being seized below. And then the noun is abridgment, a shortened version of a written work. A shortened version of a written work. You could say my understanding of books is an abridgment. The books have about 100 pages, 300 pages, and then when I give the summary of the book, that's an abridgment right there. I shortened the 300 pages we're saying. You could say my raps are an abridgment of God's wrath, or God's emotions, of the celestial, ethereal connection between me and the skies, or in Mars, or in space, or the universe, or the galaxy. The connection right there is the abridgment of God's emotions through my raps. Not calling it godly there. It's just the emotion right there between my raps and what's in the skies. It's the connection right there. But it's shortened to about 40 songs. It's a shortened version of God's emotions. The next word, abrogate, to put an end to by formal action, similar to yesterday, abolish, abrogate. They wanted to put an end to me, so they had to find a way to abrogate it through formal action. I don't understand why somebody wants to end somebody so badly. I mean, I kind of understand, but at the same time, I don't. Like, why would you? No, 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 no. I do understand, but it's like, why would you want to end me? Like, I have the less importance of all. Like, literally, I have the less importance of all. I mean, I just be cleaning. I just be cleaning auditoriums. That's my service. I'm trying to do other service for y'all, but nobody want to hire me. Takes time. I mean, I'm not the only one here, but it's like, I don't know why people want to put a formal end to me. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Many just want to see you succeed. Many just want to see you independent. Many just want to see you Mr. Independent. Now, Neo was talking about Miss Independent. The girls want to see a Mr. Independent. Neo want to see a Miss Independent. The girls want to see a Mr. Independent. So you got to move on. Like I said, I'm going to have to abdicate and step down and pass the throne to the next in line. I just been an abnormality. And that's what's been killing me. The fact that I'm an abnormality has been killing me. It drives me crazy. But yeah, people want to abolish me, maybe, or maybe not. I mean, it's no abrogation. Being characterized by this direct, brief, and potentially rude speech and manner, blunt, abrupt. We all know this word. My shortened speech can be abrupt sometimes to people, but it's lack of understanding of my character. Sometimes I may come off abrupt, but I try my best to not be too mean or come off too angry. But sometimes just how I am can seem abrupt, seem rude in manner, abruptly with great suddenness. And this is when it goes back to abnormality, and this is why it's killing me. The fact I'm a little too different, not as the norm, makes others go abruptly to somebody else. But the abnormality is killing me. I am not normal. Abscond, to get free from a dangerous or confining situation. Escape, abscond. Sometimes when I think thoughts, I have to abscond from my head sometimes. I have to abscond from my head. I have to abscond from my thoughts. It's an escape. That's why I get on a video game. But when I try to abscond through 2K, the players, they're trying to get me right back into the dangerous situation that I'm in. They're trying to get me right back into my head. And that's a threat to me. These are supposed to be my teammates. Not teammates I communicate with or squad up with. The teammates I do not know that I just team up with suddenly, abruptly. They the ones that drive me crazy and put me right back into my dangerous situation. My dangerous situation. This is why you hear roars and shouts and screams and lashing back. Because I'm trying to abscond from this dangerous situation I'm in. I'm not going to say a dangerous place, but a situation I'm in. Very dangerous. It needs caution. Absence, state of being without something necessary, desirable, or useful. The absence of me. I mean, you can do without the absence of me, because I mean, just having me here is it's like an accessory. It's just an accessory. I mean, I'm more helpful. I'm useful, but I'm useful as helpful, and just being a trash can, just taking all the trash talk instead of like actual. I mean, sometimes I get some of the food, but I'm a trash can, and I can do things, so that's what makes me the can. But the trash, it's not as desirable or valuable compared to others. That's what makes me a base down to something called trash. I'm the trash can, so that's what makes me useful. But the absence of one me, it's not gonna really have a lot of value to anything else. But this is when it comes back to that abnormality I'm talking about. This is why it's killing me. Absent, not at a certain place, going AWOL. I have been absent from those courts. I have been absent from showing what I'm capable and made of, what my abilities, what that court can do. I am now absent from that scenery. I take full accountability, but that's the truth. I am absent from there to show the world and may be down in history in the books and the records what I'm made of. Now, I lay down and go AWOL. Absent-minded, lost in thought and unaware of one's surroundings or actions. Thoughtless. Greek, thoughtless. Where is his mind? Is he out of his mind? He's out of his mind, but he seems to be very still. He seems to be very calm, cool, and collective. This is what I was talking about when I get on the 2K video game and I want to abscond from my danger. When I abscond, that's when I'm absent-minded. But in a good way. Sometimes being absent-minded can be good. Not all the time, because you need to have thoughts. You need to be thoughtful. But being absent-minded can be good. I think so. Uh, like it's something up there because when people ask me questions, I answer. So I'm not completely absent-minded. But you could say at one point in my life, I was having very little thoughts that I would think to myself. Um, but I was always aware of my surroundings. Like If I see a bus, subconsciously I'm like, oh, that's a bus driving past me, or that's a car driving past me, or that's a cool car. Abbreviated sentences. Should I say shortened sentences, brief sentences. Uh, and for today, the last word is absolute. Today, the word's been very. There hasn't been a lot of words in this one page, in the third page. So absolute, exercising power or authority without interference by others. Exercising power or authority without interference by others. Absolute. I don't know what's going on. I do not know. This is what also makes me absent-minded, sort of, because all minds think alike or have the same on the same page. We all have to think alike in one way in this world by knowing something. I don't know what's absolute and what's not absolute. I don't know. So sometimes that can be very eye widening or very strange when I say certain things or do some certain things or behave certain ways. Because I'm not on the same page with everybody. I don't know what has the power to exercise anything in authority. But I do know, yeah, in the civility world, there's cops, there's SWATs, there's FBI, there's the military. That's as far as I know. Like I said, it's just my stream of consciousness. This is not uh, being applied for any other reasonings beyond just my stream of consciousness. Just speaking out loud. But that's it for today. This was very shorter than the last other videos. I will see you tomorrow with the next page, the fourth page. Yeah. That's it, fellas. That's all, folks. Sayonara.